Shiver the Giant by Robyn Bryant. Doo-doo-doo. Bloop. There was once an old giant who lived alone in a drafty old farmhouse. Because he was a grumpy fellow, he had no friends. Aww. He spent the dark winter days in front of the fire, thinking about the good old times when giants were in charge of everything. Look how sad the giant is. Oh, maybe that's why he's grumpy. One day, when the snow was just beginning to fall, the giant opened the door to see if by chance any trouble was brewing outside. Or perhaps someone he had forgotten long ago might be stopping by for a visit. But there was no one there. Oh, imagine how sad that is. The giant did not notice a little mouse dart through the door. Oh, there's the mouse there. And the mouse, thinking about the warm fire she had seen through the window, didn't notice that she was running past a giant foot. Oh, ooh, she must be feeling really cold. It was only later that the little mouse looked up and realized she was sharing a house with a giant. Imagine how terrifying that is. The thought made her shiver. Ooh. She decided to keep out of sight. But then the giant dropped a delicious morsel of toasted cheese. Yum! The mouse couldn't help herself. She darted across the floor. She's gonna get that one, the piece of cheese. Let's see if she gets it. Oh, when the giant saw the mouse, he grabbed the cane from beside his chair and took a swipe at her. Oh my! Drat that mouse! I hate mice, he said when he missed her. The mouse hid in the woodbox and shivered in fear for quite a long time. She must be really scared. The next day, the mouse was even hungrier, but when she ran across the floor for another piece of food, the giant was waiting with his broom. Before the mouse knew what was happening, the giant swept her right out the door. Then he slammed the door shut. Good riddance, he said. Oh my, poor mouse. The giant felt so pleased to have his house to himself again that he cooked himself a berry turnover for dessert. That must be yummy. But as he sat down to his dinner of cabbage soup and cheese, he noticed that the wind outside seemed to be blowing even louder. Ooh! Even sitting by his warm fire, he could feel it getting colder and colder outside. Although he had cooked his favorite meal, he found he had lost his appetite. Why did he lose his appetite? Let's see. What could he be thinking of? With the wind whistling louder and louder, the giant could not help thinking more and more about the little mouse. So finally, he opened the door. She was still standing there, blue and trembling with cold and fear. The giant scooped her up in his giant hands and took her inside. Aww. I will call you Shiver, the giant said, as he gently set the mouse down next to the warm fire. He made her a little nest by the woodbox. Next to the nest he set a tiny plate and a thimble, so the mouse could share his meals without stealing crumbs from the floor. Aw, look at that! She has a cup and a ladder to her bed. Aw. And so Shiver and the giant spent the rest of the winter together, warm and safe from the cold. See, the giant made a friend. The end. Bloop bloop.